You'll already know what this is about. I have some questions and some suspicions about this incident, but we'll do a recap anyway. Earlier this week, you may have seen a video in which a woman is said to have called a boy a racial slur, who is said to be 5 years old. I'm not going to show this video because it contains words this platform doesn't like, and I also will not show an edited version because I cannot trust if this platform will make an exception. So instead, here is an immature redub.
Hey, you call him the chocolate boy?
What are you talking about?
Did you call him the chocolate word?
None of your business.
It is my business. You call him a chocolate. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it again right now?
Sit on it, chocolate man. Chocolate, chocolate,
Okay,
chocolate.
okay, that's what you say.
You don't go digging for people's stuff, you dummy head.
Nobody digging into your poop.
A little funny kid, you silly Billy.
The little kid, you call him a chocolate.
Well, if he acts like one, I'll call him
Are
one.
you about to hit him? You changing here?
He took my son's stuff.
And that give you the right to call a baby a chocolate, the C word?
If that's what he's gonna act like.
That is what you're going to call him.
If that's what he's gonna act like.
You know that's a hate speech.
I don't care.
You know that's a hate speech.
I don't care. Bye-bye.
Oh, well, we'll see what psychopaths on the internet will do.
Here is a brief summary. An autistic 5-year-old black kid stole from Shiloh's diaper bag. Shiloh called the black kid a racial slur. This was not filmed. Then, someone, a male, recorded her confronting her on this, to which she mocks him and makes rude gestures. He asks her to say the racial slur again. She does, a few times. Shiloh is a 36-year-old woman from Rochester, Minnesota, who was filmed in an incident at Soldiers Field Memorial Park. Video was recorded at around April 30th, was posted to TikTok supposedly, and later reposted by others with a call to action to make her famous, to gather information, to post it. For all those well-adjusted, balanced individuals who would never do anything crazy so that they could give this information to someone who would do something crazy. Following the video spread, Hendrix claimed her personal information, social security number, address, phone number, and workplace has all been shared, leading to threats and harassment against her and her family. She launched a crowdfunding campaign on givesendgo seeking to raise $1 million. As of May 2nd, this campaign has raised nearly $500,000. She says that the man who filmed her has a criminal history and followed her to her car. Here are some things I've heard that I cannot confirm. I cannot confirm where this video was originally posted. I cannot confirm that the person who filmed her is who some have claimed. Person they claimed who filmed her is said to have had a criminal history wherein he was charged with 5 counts of rape of a 16-year-old girl. These charges were dropped. I cannot find information for why these charges were dropped. Only document I've seen has said that the charges were dismissed, quote, in the interest of justice. I have seen a comment that I also can't confirm, but also haven't really looked at it because if I can't even be sure of who it is, I don't want to even dwell on it too much, why the charges were dropped. I cannot confirm if Shiloh Hendrix is or has been a prostitute. I cannot confirm if she is a single mother. I cannot confirm if she has a Ukrainian Nazi tattoo somewhere. So why would someone give her money? Carmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart, and his family has gotten over $500,000. This is how race wars are fought in first world countries in 2025. Well, the closest we'll get to a race war is when there's video of a perpetrator dying in police custody during a time where we all have this free time on our hands because we're shut down and the entire country is all messed up over the spread of a novel virus. So here's how the 2025 race war is going. Black guy stabs a white guy in the heart, $500,000. White woman uses a racial slur, $500,000. Hard to tell who's winning. I'm going to say that the black people are winning right now because this guy, Carmelo Anthony, he got to actually murder somebody, stabbing them in the heart. And there's also other charities for Carmelo Anthony, and there's also other charities for this alleged autistic 5-year-old boy that the NAACP in Minnesota is in charge of. So, yeah, I wouldn't flex if I was Team White right now. Let's continue. So why give her money? It's a response. It's a countersignal to Carmelo Anthony. It is a response to what has been called black fatigue. Because in an age of attempting to be post-racial, we have instead witnessed a racial resurgence. Because white guilt is turning into white resentment. Now, I have questions and skepticism about this. I'm worried that this could be a hoax. I'm worried that these two people knew each other, planned for this, and now we've got money raised on both sides. One for Shiloh, another one for the NAACP of Rochester, Minnesota. Gone are the days where you can just get an actor to throw a noose on himself and talk about MAGA country. Can't do that anymore, so... But if everything is true, we have a guy with a criminal history of being charged with the rape of a minor, hanging out in a park, alone, so I'm just waiting to see what happens next at this point. If you want my opinion on this, well, you're not going to get one. I've done less than call for the extermination of all white people, so it doesn't matter how I actually feel about this. I'll let Carl Benjamin and Chad Crowley represent my thoughts on this instead.
And I think this really resonated with a lot of people, and that, one might think, should provoke a national conversation in America about what the standards are for white people and black people, because they're not the same. And we have seen repeatedly standards for black people that would never be accepted for white people, and vice versa, and it's of course not in the white people's favour. And I think that I honestly think that part of the issues that people have with the black community stem from this permissiveness about letting them do things that are just otherwise unacceptable in what is supposed to be an integrated mixed race society by liberal standards. And I think this drives a lot of white separatist thoughts. Because, I mean, ultimately, why wouldn't you come to the conclusion that if you're being treated by one standard, another group of people are being treated by another standard, and their standard is not only superior to your own, which is bad enough as it is, but it also hurts your community, you can see why people would be bothered about that, and they wouldn't want any more of this. And I'm just going to read this from Chad Crowley, because I think it does accurately summarise why Shiloh was able to raise so far $750,000. For years the pattern was held. A white person makes a comment, sometimes crude, sometimes merely unfashionable. The video is clipped, stripped of context, and cast into the digital coliseum. The crowd demands penance. Doxing follows. Then come sponsors, employers, the journalists. The result is always the same. Apology, grovelling, ruin. This is not justice. It never was. It is a moral spectacle, a purification ritual for the postmodern West, where the cleansing agent is white submission. The apology is not meant to be accepted, but to affirm the guilt of the group. The goal is not reconciliation, but re-education, humiliation, and silence. Also catharsis for the black community. But this time, it was the case of Shiloh Hendrix. The script cracked. Her personal details were posted. She received death threats. Her children were targeted, and yet she did not capitulate. She did not appear on camera with a quivering voice and downcast eyes. She launched a fundraiser, and white people responded. Not the media, not the institutions, not the credential class, but ordinary white people. Tens of thousands poured in to support her. The platform, givesendgo, not GoFundMe, which obviously bans these things, reported over 250,000 raised in days. These were not donations, these were the stirrings of something new. Each dollar said, "We see what you're doing and we are done pretending." This is more than the defense of one woman, this is a rejection of the moral framework that made her a target. The Hendrix affair is not the first of its kind, but it is one of the first to end differently. No apology, no resignation, no collapse, instead resistance. And more than anything else, that signals a shift. Ritual is breaking, and with it the spell of white guilt. And this, I am genuinely annoyed. I mean, I'm just furious, frankly, at the way that, what's his face is, the stab man's father was treated. Right? It's just genuinely awful, because he was as contrite over this Carmelo murdering his son as anyone could possibly have been. I mean, he was openly forgiving. Like his mother, you know, the lad's mother was just like, well, I don't want to forget. And I tell you what, if it was one of my sons, I wouldn't forgive either. But he did everything he could according to the script. He did everything he could, everything he thought he was supposed to do, and he wasn't accepted by the black community. He wasn't. They didn't say we're sorry. They didn't. The family of Carmelo didn't say, "I'm sorry, we stole your son." Forever. And so yeah, people are glad to see when someone's like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not having this. And so yeah, I mean, I can't bring it myself to condemn this. I'm not, like I said, I don't endorse it at all. I don't think you should be calling anyone the N-word. I don't think that calling children slurs is a good idea either. And honestly, I think the current moral lock that one community has on another in the United States is just wrong. It's just wrong. The same standard should be applied to both. Like, Carmelo should not have been allowed to raise $500,000 on the back of "we hate white people, death to white people." That should not be permitted. And you should expect some kind of response if that is permitted. Because you're setting the rules of the game as black people can do what they want, and if they do something terrible to you, they can raise huge amounts of money, and white people just have to accept that. And that's not fair, and nobody's going to accept it.
I just saw the video again, and just gotta say, I'm very annoyed with this culture of pulling out your phone and confronting people, and I'm so sick of that.
Like, I mean, come on, no, seriously, aren't you sick of it yet? Like, I recoil automatically every time I see a straight up and down vertical video of someone trying to get somebody in trouble. I am just sick of it. I'm so sick of it. It's gay. And speaking of gay, head on over to my Discord, chat with us. Link is in the comments. Share this video, like it, subscribe, and all that other gay shit. Man, what a disaster.
Oh, yeah.